Today we will study about the biophilic design. Biophilic design has emerged as a transformative approach in architecture and interior design, aiming to restore the innate human connection to nature within the built environment. Its scientific foundation is robust, drawing from evolutionary biology, environmental psychology, neuroscience, and a growing body of empirical research. This report explores the scientific theories that underpin biophilic design, the physiological and psychological evidence supporting its benefits, and the mechanisms by which it enhances human health and well-being. By synthesizing foundational theories and empirical studies, this report provides a comprehensive understanding of why and how biophilic design exerts its positive effects on stress reduction, cognitive function, and emotional well-being. Let's begin by outlining what we will learn in this session. Theoretical foundations of biophilic design. Empirical evidence, physiological and psychological impacts. Mechanisms of action. Empirical studies and real-world applications. Ongoing research and evolving evidence. Let's discuss theoretical foundations of biophilic design. Biophilic design is rooted in the idea that humans have an innate connection with nature, and that incorporating natural elements into the built environment can enhance well-being, creativity, and productivity. The theoretical foundations of biophilic design provide the conceptual basis for understanding how and why this connection benefits us. These theories explain the psychological, biological, and experiential principles that guide designers in creating environments that nurture human health and satisfaction. Broadly, these foundations can be categorized into three main types, each offering a unique perspective on the human-nature relationship. 1. The biophilia hypothesis. 2. Evolutionary psychology. 3. Environmental psychology. The biophilia hypothesis. At the heart of biophilic design lies the biophilia hypothesis, first articulated by biologist Edward O. Wilson in 1984. Wilson posited that humans possess an innate tendency to focus on life and lifelike processes, a trait shaped by evolutionary pressures that favored individuals attuned to natural environments for survival and well-being. This hypothesis is not merely philosophical. It is grounded in the idea that the human need for connection with nature is embedded in our biology, influencing our physical, psychological, and social health. Erich Fromm, a psychoanalyst, also contributed to the conceptual foundation of biophilia, describing it as the passionate love of life and all that is alive. Fromm's perspective emphasized the ontogenetic, developmental aspect of biophilia, suggesting that the capacity for biophilic tendencies is present in all humans but must be nurtured by appropriate environmental and social conditions. Now let's dive into evolutionary psychology. Evolutionary psychology provides a compelling rationale for biophilic design. Human preferences for certain landscapes, such as open savannas with scattered trees, water sources, and clear sightlines, are thought to reflect adaptive responses to environments that historically offered resources and safety. These preferences are not arbitrary. They are the result of natural selection favoring individuals who were better able to find food, water, shelter, and protection from predators. The evolutionary perspective is further supported by the observation that people across cultures and ages tend to prefer natural scenes that resemble the environments in which humans evolved. This universality suggests a biological basis for biophilic tendencies, even as cultural and individual differences modulate their expression. Environmental psychology has provided empirical support for the restorative effects of nature. Two key theories from this field underpin biophilic design. 1. Attention restoration theory. 2. Stress recovery theory. Attention restoration theory. Developed by Rachel and Stephen Kaplan, ART posits that natural environments facilitate the recovery of directed attention, which is depleted by prolonged cognitive effort in urban or artificial settings. Nature's soft fascination, the gentle, effortless engagement provided by phenomena like rustling leaves or flowing water, allows the mind to rest and recover, improving concentration and cognitive performance. Stress recovery theory. Proposed by Roger Ulrich, SRT suggests that exposure to nature triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, leading to physiological stress reduction, lower blood pressure, and improved mood. This theory is supported by studies showing that even brief exposure to natural scenes can lower heart rate, reduce cortisol levels, and promote relaxation. Empirical evidence, physiological and psychological impacts. Empirical studies provide a strong foundation for understanding how biophilic design influences human health and well-being. Research across environmental psychology, neuroscience, and physiology has consistently shown that exposure to natural elements can reduce stress, enhance cognitive performance, and promote overall mental restoration. The following 5 sections examine key areas where measurable impacts have been observed, highlighting how exposure to natural features can shape human performance, mood, and overall well-being. 1. Stress reduction. 2. Cognitive function and attention restoration. 3. Emotional well-being. 4. Healing and recovery. 5. Multisensory engagement. Let's discuss stress reduction. A substantial body of research demonstrates that biophilic design elements such as views of nature, natural materials, and water features can significantly reduce physiological markers of stress. Studies have shown that exposure to biophilic environments lowers cortisol levels, reduces heart rate and blood pressure, and accelerates recovery from stressful events. For example, hospital patients with views of trees recover faster and require less pain medication than those facing brick walls. Research cited in the Terrapin report found that visible nature features led to a 1.6 times faster heart rate recovery from stress compared to environments without such features. Another study demonstrated that the presence of water and greenery in the environment was linked to a 30% greater emotional restoration, as measured by self-reported mood and physiological indicators. Let's talk about cognitive function and attention restoration. Biophilic design has been shown to enhance cognitive performance, particularly in tasks requiring sustained attention. Attention restoration theory posits that natural environments replenish depleted cognitive resources, leading to improved focus, reduced mental fatigue, and enhanced overall well-being. Empirical studies in workplaces and educational settings have found that access to nature, whether through windows, indoor plants, or nature-inspired artwork, improves concentration, memory, and creativity. For instance, a national study found that children with access to green outdoor environments exhibited better attention and reduced symptoms of attention deficit/hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. In workplace settings, employees with views of nature or access to greenery report higher productivity, improved memory, and greater job satisfaction. 37 experimental studies using virtual reality simulations of biophilic environments have shown that participants experience higher creativity scores and lower physiological stress indicators compared to those in non-biophilic settings. A longitudinal study in office environments found that companies implementing biophilic design saw a 12% reduction in absenteeism and a 9% increase in employee retention over 2 years, attributed to improved cognitive function and well-being. Emotional well-being has great importance. Meta-analyses have confirmed that exposure to natural environments increases positive effect and decreases negative effect, supporting the emotional dimension of the biophilia hypothesis. Immersive experiences in nature have a larger effect size than laboratory simulations, indicating that the depth of sensory engagement matters. Biophilic design in built environments has been associated with increased happiness, reduced anxiety and depression, and greater overall satisfaction. Experiences of natural environments provide greater emotional restoration, with lower instances of tension, anger, fatigue, confusion, and total mood disturbance than urban environments with limited characteristics of nature. Meta-analyses and systematic reviews have found that even brief exposure to nature, such as 5 to 20 minutes of immersion or connection, can elicit positive emotions and mental restoration. In healthcare settings, patients with views of nature or access to healing gardens experience faster recovery, lower pain levels, and reduced need for medication. These effects are not limited to direct contact with nature. Even images or representations of natural scenes can produce measurable improvements in mood and emotional state. Let's discuss some health benefits of biophilic design. The health benefits extend to clinical settings. Patients in healthcare environments with access to nature, through gardens, natural light, or views of greenery, experience faster recovery, lower pain levels, and a reduced need for medication. These effects are attributed to both physiological stress reduction and psychological restoration. Next is multisensory engagement. Humans are multisensory beings, and the benefits of biophilic design are not limited to visual experiences. Auditory, olfactory, and tactile cues from nature, such as the sound of water, the scent of flowers, or the feel of natural materials, contribute to the restorative effects of biophilic environments. This multisensory engagement is increasingly recognized as essential for maximizing the health and well-being benefits of biophilic design. Okay, let's discuss mechanisms of action now.